Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Got a weird one today. It took a turn, an unexpected turn from where I expected the video to go initially, but I think it got even more interesting. First of all, though, before we get started, don't forget tomorrow I'm doing a big Whatnot sale. I'll put the links to get $15 off your first purchase on Whatnot, a $15 credit in the description here, as well as the link to my live stream. I'll be selling about 35-ish vintage baseball cards, and the giveaway, buyer appreciation giveaway, will be at the end for anybody who has already made a purchase in the live stream. Sandy Koufax, 58 Topps. Make sure you're signed up and you have it bookmarked, and then we'll be good to go. So last night, my friend Ryan texted me a link to a tweet, or a screenshot of a tweet by JD9 Cards, saying that he had sold his, what was effectively his Grail card, a Hank Aaron 1954 Topps rookie card in a PSA 6. And he had sold it, he had it listed on eBay for $25,000. And I went and I looked, comps on this card in a PSA 6 range between $8,000 and $12,000. So to me, it's really smart to set your Grail cards at way above comp prices. And if they sell, great. You can then just buy another one much cheaper, and you've made a big profit. It's kind of something I thought about doing with my Bob Cousy rookie autograph there. Maybe I put it up for like $10,000 or $15,000, see if somebody bites on it. Anyway, JD9 Cards said that he had an offer for $22,000 that I think he accepted it. It is listed as sold in eBay, although it disappeared from eBay sold listings for a little while. It's back now. $22,000. He's waiting for payment, so we don't know if somebody's actually going to pay. I was looking at the comps, and Ryan and I were kind of going back and forth about why would somebody pay that much money, and I said the centering is insane. I did go back through the history of the card, at least public sales on PSA's website. The peak was about 2 years ago at $18,000. So even now is way above the peak, and the other comps are 8 to 12,000. And Ryan was asking very legitimately, is that centering and the eye appeal worth the premium? And probably not, but to somebody, if one person's willing to pay it, then great. And so on Twitter, somebody asked JD9 Cards, isn't that your Grail card? And he said, yeah, I'll just get another one, which goes to my point. You can sell one for way over comps and then just profit from it. But then I was looking closer at the card, and I noticed this gold diamond thing, and I had never heard of this. I've seen it before, but I got wondering, what is this? And it is the more interesting part to this story. Mike Baker, who was the first director of grading at PSA, worked there from 1991 to 2001, started a company a few years ago, 2020, I think, called Mike Baker Authenticated. And if you've ever heard anybody joke, when are we going to have somebody grade the graders? Or when are we going to have a company that will grade our slabs? Mike Baker Authenticated actually does that. It's a little bit more nuanced than that, and I'm going to get into it. But that is effectively what Mike Baker Authenticated does. And it's really an interesting service. I found a thread on Blowout forums where they had an image of the COA from I think it was from a Jason Tatum Mike Baker Authenticated card. And the COA spells, first of all, it spells authenticated wrong in the company name, Mike Baker Authenticated. It leaves out the second T, so it says authenticated. It also spells quality wrong, where there are two I's in a row, quality. So how can you trust a company that can't spell quality right in their COA, and they can't spell their company name right in their COA? It's difficult. And I found it not only on that one, I think that was on the gold diamond one, but also on the black diamond one on a different card. And also on the black diamond one, it was for an SGC card, and the COA says it's a PSA card. It's challenging, and I think when you are trying to be a reputable company, spelling your company name right, spelling quality right, those are really important traits to me. Another thing they write is that it in no way implies that PSA's grade is wrong, or presumably SGC's or Beckett's grades are wrong. Another question is he providing a second opinion on cards that he himself graded in the 1990s? And the answer is yes, and I'm going to get to that. But it seems almost like a conflict of interest, like saying, yes, I graded this accurately. Congratulations. It seems odd. They also, I think in Blowout again, or maybe it was on, yeah, I think it was on Blowout, people found some fake slabs, fake Beckett slabs that Mike Baker actually authenticated with one of his diamond stickers. By the way, they just put the sticker on the slab. I think it looks really cool. I've seen them before and thought, I wonder how you get those. I assumed it was a PSA service. It looks really good, I have to admit. I think that there's a lot of value to this service, actually. So I've looked at this, I started in and I thought, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. But there's a small market, I think, for high-end cards to be told, here's the eye appeal for this card, and it is, maybe it's only a PSA 6 Hank Aaron, but it is a very, very strong PSA 6. I've always wondered, why aren't they grading more on eye appeal? And I think SGC does to some extent, especially with vintage, but PSA doesn't seem to, and neither does Beckett. And I think that there is room in the market for a company to say, you know what, this is a really nice PSA 6, and it's high-end 6, an expert to say that. And I can't believe I'm saying that. When I started this video, I thought, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but it seems like there is a market for it. And Mike Baker says that they're very, very busy nonstop. I think where this really comes into play is with like PSA 9s and 10s, because there's no 9.5. So if he puts on a black diamond, what he's saying is, yeah, this is a 9, but it's actually like a 9.5 if there were a 9.5. I can see a market for that. It might even tell you you can cross it over to BGS at a 10 or a 10 black label, or probably not black label, but I can see that. Or if it's a 10 and you're wondering, will this cross at a BGS or SGC black label, or whatever SGC's is, it's gold or something. If you've got a PSA 10 with a black label, black diamond, you have a good chance of that. And then I thought, I wonder what's out there with a PSA 10 black diamond, and you guessed it, Marshall Fogel's PSA 10 Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps has the black diamond. When he heard Mike Baker was starting this company, he reached out to him. Apparently he was his first customer. So Mike Baker's first customer with Mike Baker Authenticated was the most valuable card of all time. That's pretty impressive. And Marshall Fogel effectively saying, this is a good company, goes a long way for Mike Baker Authenticated. And it's a black label. I think that actually adds more value. And I've talked about this before. How much is that card worth? Well, it could be even worth more now, because there are people who love Mike Baker Authenticated. I reached out to my friend Danny Black of Baltimore Sports Collectibles, and he has clients that love Mike Baker Authenticated. They, especially the service that they do through PWCC, fascinating. I can't explain the service. Danny explained it to me. It wasn't important to the story, but really interesting stuff. There are definitely people there. I think they are rolling out or have already rolled out a set registry of Mike Baker Authenticated cards. It's popular in the high-end world. I would never get it done because I'm not in that high-end world. Mike Baker Authenticated also rolled out a raw card review, a raw card authentication. Raw card. It sounds a little different when I say raw card. Sorry. Raw card authentication for $6. He will authenticate your card and give you a detailed review of the card's issues. $6, and then they credit 50% of that back, so you're only paying $3 if it sells through PWCC in under 30 days. It's hard to say this is a bad deal. I don't know. It seems strange that we're grading the graders, or that the slabs are getting graded. but I can see the value in it. I want to know what you think too, but I've got a little bit more here. Here's an example of a Don Drysdale rookie with it's a raw review, Mike Baker authenticated 7. And it gets a premium. People are asking for more on this and seemingly getting more for it because it has the Mike Baker authenticated sticker over the card saver. It is for vintage cards for $3 to $6 to be able to say, yes, this is authentic before sending it to PSA. There are limited ways in which I see the value in this. What do you think about this stuff? Is this something you would ever do? Do you see any value in it whatsoever? Let me know in comments. Make sure you're at my Whatnot live stream tomorrow, Tuesday, June 6th. It'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come in, buy some stuff, enter into the Sandy Koufax giveaway. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.